Namaste and welcome to the session on Ayurveda Wellness for a mind, body, and the gut. Hi, I'm Gauri Janarkar. I'm the founder of Ayur Nutrition, an integrative and holistic wellness practice right here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm a classically trained Vaidya, a registered licensed dietitian, and a certified diabetes educator. In today's session, we're going to talk a lot more about Ayurveda. We're also going to talk about different spices as well to improve the gut health. We're going to touch base upon some of the key concepts in Ayurveda as well. So let's go ahead and start with the session today. So let's talk about Ayurveda. What is Ayurveda? A lot of you must have heard about Ayurveda if you're into yoga. You must have also heard about Ayurveda. Now, Ayurveda is also known as a sister science of yoga. Ayurveda is a holistic healing practice that was developed in India more than 5,000 years ago. It's an ancient healing system. Ayurveda uh, comes from a Sanskrit word. It's two words basically, Ayur and Veda. So Ayur stands for life and Veda stands for science or knowledge. So essentially, Ayurveda is a science of life. Now, Ayurveda believes that whatever affects the mind affects the body, what affects the body affects the mind. So essentially, Ayurveda is also a nature science. Ayurveda gives a lot of emphasis on personalization and individualized health and wellness. So let's go ahead and talk more about this wonderful science and learn more about the key concepts. So before we move into the actual principles of Ayurveda and we talk about three doshas, let me talk about the goal of Ayurveda. So the goal of Ayurveda is maintaining the health of a healthy individual and at the same time eliminating imbalances. So Ayurveda was essentially talking about prevention. This was the first holistic health practice which talked about free prevention more than 5,000 years ago. Ayurveda was ahead of its times, talking about prevention. That means not only is it important for us to think about having a better health and wellness, but it's also important for us about maintaining our health and wellness. So now let's talk about the first principle of Ayurveda, which is the three dosha, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So Vata is made up of two basic elements, ether and air. And we find that a lot of the characteristics of Vata is coming up from these two elements. The Vata is also known as an element of movement. So the functions of Vata are breathing, movements of muscles and tissues, contraction, relaxations. So anything that creates movement in the body, we can attribute it to Vata. So think about what tissues are more synalogous with Vata or consider the seat of Vata as well. So think about bones, our joints, our nervous tissue can be also considered synalogous with Vata as well. The second physiology or the dosha we're going to talk about is Pitta. Now, Pitta is made up of two elements. It's fire and water. So, what are the functions of Pitta in the body? Now, Pitta is also known as the element of metabolism or transformation of energy. So, the functions of Pitta are digestion, absorption, assimilation, nutrition. Anything that helps with the digestion in the body can be also attributed to Pitta. So, think about what are the physiologies or what are the things in the body that can actually help with digestion. So bile, which helps with the fat metabolism, we have different digestive enzymes, even hormones to a certain extent we can say are very similar in their effect to Pitta. The third physiology we're going to talk about is Kapha. Kapha is made up of two elements, earth and water. So we find that a lot of the characteristics of these two elements are seen in Kapha. In a gross way, when you think about Kapha as the flame. It's a fundamental quality of structure in the physiology. It's something that gives us biological strength. In fact, immunity is considered a function of Kapha. So think about what could be the function of Kapha in the body. Lubrication in the joints. It helps to heal wounds, biological strength, immunity. For example, the fluid in the synovial fluid in our joints or the fluid in our spine. You can think about the mucous membrane that actually helps protect the GI tract. So all this can be attributed to Kapha as well. What Ayurveda says is that we are all born with all the three doshas, but whichever dosha is more prominent is actually going to define our Prakriti. And that is the next concept we're going to talk about is Prakriti. So what is Prakriti? So Ayurveda believes that we are all born with a Prakriti or dosha type. Now this dosha type is defined or governed by the dosha which is most dominant or the most prominent. So it can be one dosha, it can be two doshas, or it can be all the three doshas as well. Now, what's important when it comes to the Ayurvedic perspective is that Ayurveda says that our food, our lifestyle should be more in alignment with the Prakriti to ensure good health and wellness. Now, every person's Prakriti is individualized for every person, and unique for every person as well. So, just as your fingerprint is unique to you, your Prakriti is unique to you. So that means, as I said, what defines Prakriti is depending upon what dosha was most prominent, most dominant when you were born. Now, does Prakriti change over time? No, Prakriti does not change over time. But what we may find is over time, due to our food, our lifestyle, stress, a lot of times our doshas may get out of balance and may portray that imbalance as Vikriti. Now let's talk about the next principle, which is the five elements. Ayurveda believes that just as the universe is made up of five basic elements, which is Vayu or air, Agni or fire, Apa or water, Prithvi or earth, or Akasha or ether. Similarly, our body is made up of these five elements. That means what is reflected is the universe is reflected in our body as well. We are in constant contact with the universe. Now let's talk about the key principle of Ayurveda, which is Agni and Ama. What is Agni? Now, Agni, according to Ayurveda, is our digestive fire, or it's known as a metabolic fire. So, Agni is important because it helps us to digest food. Now, what Ayurveda says is we are according to our Agni. That means we have to protect our Agni. Everything is through our gut. Our health and wellness is through our gut. So the concept of gut theory is not new. Ayurveda talked about the gut theory and the gut wellness more than 5,000 years ago. So how do we protect our Agni? How do we keep our Agni in balance? Very important, making sure that we are eating appropriate amounts of food, not too much, not too less. We are eating foods according to season. That means fruits, vegetables, grains according to seasons. Also, we're keeping enough time gap in between meals. So ensuring that when the first meal is digested, only after that we're having the second meal. And that a lot of times helps a lot with keeping our Agni, our fire, in balance. Now, if this Agni slows down, a lot of times we see imbalances like bloating and things, a lot of gut issues. So again, making sure that we are protecting our Agni, we're keeping our Agni well and balanced. The next concept is ama. What is ama? A lot of times, due to our food, our lifestyle, stress, a lot of times when our Agni becomes slower, it's not functioning as well, we're not digesting as well, we can produce a lot of ama, which is a sickly substance, which is undigested metabolites. Now, too much accumulation of this ama can actually cause or create more imbalances in the body. So what can we do to keep our ama low or not have enough ama in the body? So make sure again our Agni is well balanced. We are eating on time. We are making sure we're sleeping on time. We're eating those fruits and vegetables and grains according to different seasons. We're also adding in enough spices for those health and wellness benefits as well. Then that makes takes me to the next topic we're going to talk about is the different spices which can actually help with our gut health and wellness. So let's look at these spices. The first spice I'm going to talk about is our very favorite and very well known spice, which is turmeric. The turmeric is a yellow spice. It comes from rhizome, a tuber. The scientific name of turmeric is Curcuma longa. It's a key spice in Indian and Indian cooking. We find it, as a part of the curry mix as well. Used a lot in Ayurveda and Chinese medicine. What are the benefits of turmeric? It's considered anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It helps to boost immunity. A lot of studies have shown like may actually help with heart health. It also supports healthy blood sugars as well. The next spice we're going to talk about is coriander. The coriander, we know the leaves are known as cilantro and the seeds are used as a coriander spice. The scientific name for coriander is Coriandrum sativum. The benefits of coriander helps with digestion, it's a cooling spice, helps to pacify pitta, supports the proper functioning of the kidney as well. So cumin, the scientific name is Cuminum cyminum. It's used in different cuisines, in different cultures. The benefit of cumin, it promotes a healthy digestion, pacifies vata, boosts immunity. It's considered detoxifying as well. The next spice is one of my favorites as well, is fennel. The scientific name of fennel is Foeniculum vulgare. Now, I remember that growing up in India, after every meal, we would chew on a few fennel seeds, and that actually would help with the digestion as well as naturally freshen the mouth as well. So, the benefits it balances actually all the three doshas, supports a healthy digestion, promotes healthy urination, and is also known as a tonic for the nervous system. The next spice that is also very common is ginger. Now, ginger also comes from the rhizomes, and the scientific name of ginger is Zingiber officinale, used a lot in Indian Chinese cuisine as well. The benefits of ginger: it boosts digestion, it's a warming spice, reduces kapha and vata, and is used during motion sickness and also bring nausea as well. The last spice I'm going to talk about is pepper. So the black pepper, the scientific name is Pipum nigrum. It's a dried fruit and is used as a spice, used a lot in Asian cooking. It helps the benefits are it boosts metabolism, digestion, it reduces kapha, increases pitta, it's a warming spice, it's cleansing, has antioxidant properties, and it's an appetite stimulant as well. Now, pepper, the important part about pepper to remember also is that when you use pepper in conjunction with turmeric, it actually helps to increase the potency of turmeric as well. So I hope that what we talked about today so far. We talked about what is Ayurveda. We talked about some of the key concepts of Ayurveda, which is the three doshas. We talked about what the five elements were. We also touched based upon the different spices which are really important for gut health. So let me talk about the secret of good health according to Ayurveda. And the secret of good health, according to Ayurveda, is when all our three doshas are in balance, when our tissues are in balance, when we are excreting our excretions correctly, when our Agni is in balance, when all these elements are in balance, our mind and body, again, are in balance, only then can we ensure good health. So after this, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple tea, which is one of my favorites, is the turmeric and fennel tea. Just has very few ingredients. It has turmeric, it has fennel, and it has water. So let's go ahead and see how to make this wonderful turmeric and fennel tea. We at Iron Nutrition are always striving for better health and wellness as well. So our motto is balance, nourish, and rejuvenate. You can reach us through our website, which is www.ironnutrition.com, or you can give us a call at 972-999-0203. We offer a variety of wellness services such as Ayurveda consults, nutrition consults. We also offer different Ayurvedic therapies and things as well. But I also want to show you a very important thing that I'm really very proud of is our book. So I want to show you this book of ours, which is just released, which is Ayurveda and Yoga, a path to health and healing. This is available on Amazon. It's a wonderful resource on Ayurveda, yoga. We've talked about different spices and the benefits in detail. We also have a lot of different recipes for you as well. So make sure you grab a copy. And again, And we have also a chapter on Ayurveda and relationships, which is really very interesting. So again, make sure you get a copy. It is available on Amazon. If you have any questions, give us a call. Again, at 972-999-0203. We can be reached through our website, which is www.ironnutrition.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Iron Nutrition. Take care.